Well, hello, everybody. Lakeisha McKnight is here, and I just want to thank you specifically for joining me here at the Revitalize the Total Woman podcast show. Now, this show, of course, the purpose is really to help women develop professionally by empowering them with the tools to be able to create, relate, and to elevate. Now, this podcast, exciting podcast, is definitely a media outlet for the nonprofit that's based in Chesapeake, Virginia, that is Women of Elevation Career Services International. And so, of course, we're here on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, all right? And we're providing you with some great content that's going to help you to move forward in your development as a professional. But we all know, as women, that in order to really move effectively and help us to transform in the area of our professional development, we do have to touch on personal elements because we are relational beings. And so during the first 4 months of this year, as always, we focus on the first core area that we center on within the nonprofit, and that is helping you to get in contact with your creative side. And there are various things that we can create in our personal and professional lives that will affect us ultimately with our careers. And so this week, we're going to be focusing in on creating a peaceful environment. Would you like a peaceful environment? Think about the answer to that question. How would you like to be able to come home to peace? Even if it's just you and a significant other or just you living by yourself. Wouldn't it be great to come home to just a peaceful home? It's unfortunate that some of us, we go home, and even if we're living by ourselves or just one other person, it can seem as though the environment is chaotic. And the reason is, for those of you, if you're living by yourself and it seems like you just can't get peace, it could very well be something going on eternally, or at least internally, I should say. Internally. When there is a whole lot of things going on within us, things that we're worrying about on a day-by-day basis, that impacts our peace. And this is what I want to focus on during this episode. Worry. Do you worry a lot inside? Worrying about how you're going to pay your bills, worrying about how you're going to put food on your table for yourself, or even if you have kids, for your kids, or if you're married or have a significant other, how are you going to feed, everyone in your household? Or perhaps, how are you going to get to and fro? Perhaps you have some issues with your car. You're worrying about that. Or maybe you're worrying about how you're going to pay for your next course for school, or when you're going to get your next job or your next paycheck. These are things, of course, that some people worry about. I say some people because as a believer, I'm not sure of what your beliefs are, but as a believer, right, I believe in Jesus. And I also believe that, God encourages us not to worry about these things because God takes on the role of a father. And a father, right, takes care of his children. At least they should take care of their household and make sure things are well taken care of, right? And so as God being a father and taking on that role, he makes sure that the believer has everything that they need. Now, in no way am I telling you, okay, now, to just go ahead and confess, allow God to be your father. But if that's what you choose, okay, because you will definitely have some peace in your life. And the way that normally happens is, of course, if you believe that, he sent his son into the earth, right, to definitely pay that price for our wrongdoing, for your wrongdoing, because he has standards, which as human beings, we fail to meet those standards, meaning just not being able to lie and not stealing and just basic things that we struggle with. And the fact that we need a savior, right? We need Jesus and his work that he did on the cross. That's how that's how he creates peace in the lives of human beings. And I believe that. You may not believe that, okay? But I do. But if you'd like to, of course, definitely, it will have an impact on your life and you will begin to see that peace manifest. But there are some things, of course, that you can help yourself with that will remove that worry. Of course, some people like to focus on other things, or put your mind on other matters that may encourage you or inspire you. So you can watch videos that may provide or be a source of inspiration for you. You can read books, which can also be a source of inspiration to get your mind off of things you're worrying about. But also you can create a plan. Right? Create a plan that's going to help you to move closer and closer to solutions to ease the worry. So for example, if you don't have enough income, what are some ways that you can bring in more income to pay your bills? If you don't have a job, where are some places in your community you can go to, right, to apply for employment opportunities? What are other ways you can generate income inside of your home, such as starting your own home-based business, right? And there are home-based businesses that you can start for free, nearly free, right? Because there are out there, Facebook groups out there shares with you different opportunities that you can plug into. You can probably put a post on your Facebook wall and people will respond and let you know about opportunities that are available and point you in the right direction. What I'm trying to say is there are solutions out there to help ease the worry that you're experiencing that's impacting your peace in your home, that allows you to have that peaceful environment. So try to ease that worry. Right? Remove that worry out of your life by implementing some of these strategies and solutions that I've given you today, whether it's the spiritual means of accepting God as your father, or whether it's, listening to inspirational or empowering material, whatever it is that you choose to do it today so that you can create a peaceful environment for yourself. All right, this is Coach Lakeisha speaking with you today about how to create a peaceful environment. I'm going to come back tomorrow with some more strategies, but make sure you share this particular episode with those you know who need peace in their lives, because this peace is going to impact us to be able to have a satisfying life and a satisfying career. And be sure, of course, that you visit the website, which is womenofElevation.com, to learn more about the nonprofit and as well as the podcast show. Thank you so much. And remember, visit thecreateseminar.com because registration is now open for the business seminar that's taking place in Virginia. We would love to see you there. All right. Thank you so much for listening today, and I'll be back tomorrow. Remember, this is the podcast that empowers you with the tools to be able to create, relate, and elevate.